By adding a high security digital lock, you provide ease of use by eliminating multiple keys and streamlining security management. With its tamper-resistant design and advanced features, it provides an ideal pairing to secure the items that mean the most. Upon installation, you'll find your welcome pack, which includes your user instructions. There may be some subtle variations due to hardware upgrades, but let's go through the user functionality to ensure that you're using your lock to its optimum capability. This is your Minitech lock. On the front, you have your display screen, the keypad, and the battery compartment. Your lock will come installed with new Duracell batteries. You also have your handle at the front of the safe, which pulls the bolts in and out of the safe door. For any lock configuration, we always do this with the door open, but the bolts out of the door to mimic the safe being locked. Let's open the safe. Currently, the only codes that are set up are the master and the manager codes. The master code is an admin code and can control the whole lock, but it does not open the safe. You cannot change the master code without knowing the current master code. The manager code has control of all the day-to-day functions of the lock and will also open the safe. The master code can change the manager code, and the manager code can change itself if you know the current code. The manager code can change any user code. The user codes will open the safe but can only change itself if the code is known. The master and the manager codes can change any user code. This user hierarchy is explained in your lock instructions in your welcome pack. As per the instructions, we know that our default manager code is 01123456. The manager code will always have the prefix 01 before the 6-digit code. The prefix will never change, even when changing the code. Let's open the safe. Press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 2 to select lock 2. This will control lock 1 also, meaning you only need to enter one code to open the whole lock. Input the current manager code, 01123456. You can now hear the lock motors working. When the LED light is lit up, turn the handle to the right to retract the bolt work. Carefully pull the door open. Let's close the safe. Carefully close the door. Turn the handle fully and the display screen will now show closing. Test by attempting to turn the handle gently. Now that we know the basic functionality of the safe, let's change the manager code. We will start with the manager code rather than the master code, as if we get it wrong the first time, we can always reset the lock with the default master code. With the door open and the bolts out, press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 2 to select lock 2. Instead of inputting the manager code, hold down the 0 on the keypad. You will see Enter Old Code on the display screen. Enter the existing manager code, including the prefix. You will see Enter New Code on the display screen. Enter the new 6-digit manager code without the prefix, as we know this won't change. Confirm code will now be on the display screen. Input the new 6-digit code again. The new code is now set on lock 2. We now need to do the exact same process with lock 1, applying the same code as we have in lock 2. Having these two codes the same allows us to use only one code to open the safe. With the door open and the bolts out, press the back arrow to go to the home screen and select Lock 1 by pressing 1. Instead of inputting the manager code, hold down the 0 on the keypad. You will see Enter Old Code on the display screen. Enter the existing manager code, including the prefix. This will still be 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will see Enter New Code on the display screen. Enter the new 6-digit manager code without the prefix, as we know that this won't change. This will be the same code that you have used on Lock 2. Confirm code will now be on the display screen. Re-enter the new 6-digit code. The new code is now set on Lock 1. To test that the codes are the same and working, with the door open, let's open and lock the safe a few times. You always open the lock on Lock 2. You can now try the codes again by completely closing the safe door and opening it again. Again, you will always open the lock on Lock 2. Now that we have the manager code changed, let's set up a user code. On this Minitech lock, you can add up to 48 users. Like your manager code, each user has a prefix starting from 02 to 49. This prefix cannot be changed, even when changing the code. Unlike the manager code, we only need to add users to Lock 2. With the door open and the bolts out, press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 2 to select Lock 2. Instead of inputting the manager code, hold down the 1 on the keypad. You will see user management on the display screen. Enter the 6-digit manager code without the prefix. A list of the user positions will be displayed. Their status tells you if the code is in use or not. User positions with an underline are available, and user positions with a tick already have an assigned code. Enter the 2-digit prefix you wish to use and press OK. I would recommend starting them in numeric order. Let's start with number 2. Install will be shown on the display screen. Press OK. Enter your new user code. Enter a 6-digit code without the prefix, as we know that this won't change. Confirm code will be shown on the screen. Input the 6-digit code again. The operation is now done and a new user code has now been assigned. Hold down the back arrow and continue to press it until you get to the home screen. To test that the new user code is working, with the door open, let's open and lock the safe a few times. You always open the lock on Lock 2. Now that we know how to add a user, let's learn how to delete one. Press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 2 to select Lock 2. Instead of inputting the manager code, hold down the 1 on the keypad. You will see Users Management on the display screen. Enter the 6-digit manager code without the prefix. A list of the user positions and their status will be displayed. Select the user that you wish to delete by pressing OK. Use the arrow button to scroll through to delete. Press OK. Operation Done will be displayed. This code is now deleted from lock 2. Hold down the back arrow to reach the home screen and continue to press it until you reach it. You will have seen that in the user menu, there is also an option to disable a user. This temporarily disables the code so that it cannot be used, but it does not delete it from the lock. Now that we know how to change a code and have done 2 successfully, let's change the master code. Unlike the manager and the user codes, the master code has no prefix. It is an 8-digit code. We will follow the same instructions for the manager code, but instead of holding down 1, we will hold down OK. With the door open and the bolts out, press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 2 to select lock 2. Instead of inputting a code, hold down OK on the keypad. You will see Master menu on the display screen. Enter the code, which we know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Using the arrow, scroll along to find Change Master Code. Press OK to select this option. Enter the new 8-digit master code. Confirm code will be shown on the display screen. Enter it again. Operation Done will be displayed on the display screen. You have now changed your master code. We now need to do the exact same process with lock 1, applying the same code as we have in lock 2. Having these 2 codes the same allows us to use only 1 code to open the safe. With the door open and the bolts out, press any button to wake up the keypad. Press 1 to select lock 1. Instead of inputting a code, hold down the OK on the keypad. Master menu will appear where you need to enter the existing master code. We know that this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the menu, use the arrow to scroll across to find Change Master Code. Press OK. Enter a new master code, which is 8 digits long with no prefix. This will be the same code that you have used in lock 2. Confirm the code will be shown on the display screen. Operation Done is now shown on the display screen. You have changed the master code for lock 1. To go back to the home screen, hold down the scroll arrow. Press it 1 more time to go back to the home screen. To change the battery on your Minitech lock, simply pull down on the clip of the battery compartment. This will release your Duracell batteries. Without pulling on the battery cable, release the head of the battery. Reconnect the head of your new battery to the lock. Gently insert the battery back into the lock and reconnect the battery clip. Upon discussing your lock requirements with your account manager, you may be interested in some of the advanced security features on your Minitech lock. These include alarm connection, audits, time delay, and time lock. Hopefully now you fully understand how to set, change, and delete codes on your digital lock.